All right, hey everybody. I wanted to make a video on how to make your videos look a little bit more professional. So, full disclosure, I am not some kind of uber expert here, but I have done some things that make my videos cooler, look a little bit more professional. I used to be like ghoulish and I had all these shadows and the background was terrible. And through the help of my loving wife and also with the expert help of some other people, I've really been able to, like, I don't know, level it up and make them look a little more professional. And this is for whether you want to stream a video or whether you want to be on a Zoom call or whatever. It works. Okay, so I'm going to give you some of the, like, there's some technology involved and there's some other things involved too. So from one, there's lighting, first of all. Okay, so I'm not going to get too specific into the lighting just because I think it's unique to your own situation. And I'm sure there's rules about it. But quite frankly, I needed like some serious help from Tanya to be able to position the lights in a way that doesn't have like this big shadow under my glasses. So I've got like a panel light over on this side that's facing to the wall and reflecting. I've got another one to this side that's facing straight up and reflecting down from the ceiling. And then I've got a little ring light that's pointing at me this way. And so it seems to have gotten rid of most of the shadows, except for the dark circles under my eyes. But those aren't really, those I think need more makeup than anything else. I just woke up from a nap. And then some backlighting there, like a little lamp, is really good. Okay, I'd like to, I'm not really sure why, it gives it some depth or something. So that's kind of the lighting situation. So it's not too complicated, but like you want to make sure, the other thing is for me, like I want the lighting not to be reflecting my glasses. So you can see if I turn there, you can see the ring light, turn, you can't really see the lights because they're pointing, they're not directly at me. But so that was, getting some setup there was important. So let's talk about the software. Okay, so I'm using a Mac. So one software that's really important is called ECAMM. Okay, and you can see all this stuff in the description here. But basically, ECAMM is software that allows you to set up different scenes. Okay, which I'll go through. So, and I'm actually streaming this through ECAMM as well. So you can see that little logo in the corner. That would be a scene, right? I can change that. So let's say I don't want a logo. I just change the scene and there's no logo. Or I'm doing like something else and then like with adaptive growth and then there's a logo there. And you can do all kinds of stuff, but that's just one real simple example. So you can set up these scenes using ECAMM and it's about 40 bucks a month. These prices are US and it's really simple. Now it only works for Mac though. So if you are using Windows, you can use something called OBS Studio, which is actually free. It's a little bit more complicated to use, but it actually does most of all the same thing. So another tool is Restream, okay, restream.io. And what that does is that actually you can connect that with ECAMM. And so when I'm making this video, it's actually streaming to like my personal page and like our Better Business Dads Facebook group and our Better Business Dads Facebook page and LinkedIn, and you can do YouTube. So it just streams, boom, all at the same time, which is amazing. And it also saves, like ECAMM also saves the video. So ECAMM is the tool that does all the setting up the scenes and the streaming. Restream connects to ECAMM and lets you just say, hey, I want to stream to all these places at the same time. That's like 20 bucks a month. You can pay for these you can pay for these upfront too, like annually. So you'll notice that the camera has like kind of a nice bokeh or whatever it's called effect, like the blurring of the background. So there's a couple ways to do that. You can set up like a DSLR camera and you need some different cables and stuff. But I actually got a camera called Lumina. It's getlumina.com. And it's amazing. It's just like a regular webcam. It's got some AI in it, but it allows you to give you that effect. So it's just the size of a normal webcam. And I'm just really pleased with it, really pleased with it. It's got some other features and stuff too, but it creates that nice depth of field effect, okay? The other thing is Elgato Stream Deck. And this is about 200 bucks. The Lumina camera is about 200 bucks. The Elgato Stream Deck is about 200 bucks. And it's like basically a little box that sits on your desk. Mine has like, I think 15 things. So you can use it to play sounds and you can do all kinds of stuff. But one of the things you can do is you can, remember I talked about ECAMM and how you can set up all these different scenes. Well, in Stream Deck, you can configure the buttons to switch scenes. So if I want to switch from, logo, like no logo, logo, or whatever, I'll show you some different scenes in a minute. All I have to do is actually press a button on my desk. So I don't have to go into the software like the ECAMM software, which is really handy. Now, one of the other things that people tend to find is really neat is like, how do you, like, so I can say, oops, I can say like, hey, hello. And if I put it on the green screen, oh, wait a minute, what have I done here? PDF. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Okay, so there, I can write on my screen, which is actually a pretty cool feature, right? So what I've done here is I have this iPad that is set up as a camera. Okay, so let me back up. I have plugged my iPad into my computer, and my iPad then becomes a camera I can use in ECAMM. Okay, so in other words, what that means is, like, you can see on the screen of my iPad that it's just a green screen. So you can set up ECAMM to like filter out the green screen. So it's actually what is showing on my screen right now is actually what's on my iPad, because you can see down in this corner, oh, where am I? Over here, like, God, we can't point it backwards. Where am I? Right there. You can see that little 1.3 thing. That's actually something from a Notably. So you're actually seeing what's on my iPad screen, but it's a green screen, and then ECAMM filters the green screen out. So then I can just write and say hello to you with my Apple Pencil. Okay. So I'm just writing, like when I do the hello, I'm just writing on my Apple Pencil, which is a really like kind of cool looking feature. People seem to really like that. Okay. So iPad is plugged in. So you need an iPad, but the thing is, any like modern iPad, you don't have to get the like expensive one, like the regular, you know, not the Air or not the Pro. You don't need that. So you need an iPad, which is whatever the price. Apple Pencil is like second generation because it charges wirelessly. It's about like 130 bucks, which is ridiculous for what this is, but it is so handy. So the other thing is, so you can do that, but you can also create these other scenes. Like, let's say I want to, let's say we're doing something like in our mastermind, right? So we're gonna be like, hey, we're in the home stretch, guys. Like, this is a workbook we created for our Dad Edge Accelerator. Okay. So, and you can see me up in the corner here, this little circle of my picture. This is also a scene in ECAMM. Okay. So now I'm showing my iPad. I'm showing our like a workbook we use in our mastermind. And then I could say like, hey guys, so I can write on this PDF. I could say, hey, like, guys, we're going to take 2 minutes to write this. And then when we come back, we're going to share. Okay. So it's a cool opportunity to be able to like take a really cool PDF that you've created and then write on it. Okay. So I'm just going to erase this. So that is connecting your iPad. Now the software I use on the iPad is called Notability, which is really just a cool note-taking software. And it's very cheap. It's like 15 bucks a year, I think. And so there's Notability and there's Canva. Okay, Canva is really freaking amazing graphic design software, canva.com. And so I won't get into all the details, but you can create posters and like it makes any dummy, including this guy, look like a freaking graphic designer. Like, I mean, I create all these workbooks that like super pro. I have no idea what I'm doing. Canva.com makes it way easier. The cool thing about Canva is it actually exports directly to Notability. Okay. So what that means is I can export it as a PDF and then write in Notability, share that on my iPad screen, and then write on it. Okay. And then it shows, like, if I switch the scene here, it shows up on the screen. So I'm actually writing on a PDF that I created in Canva and exported directly to Notably. So it really, really works well together. And lastly, the most important thing is you got to have wall art of kettlebells behind you. Okay, that's non-negotiable. All this other stuff won't work at all if you don't have wall art of kettlebells behind you. Don't put other wall art. Don't try like a dog or your kids. No, kettlebells. Okay, that is super, super important. Okay, so let me just recap real quick. Okay, so to talk about what we kind of ran through there. So first is the software. Okay, there's ECAMM, which is great for Mac, great for setting up scenes. There's Restream. ECAMM is great for setting up scenes and for streaming to different places. Restream allows you to hook up to ECAMM and stream to a whole bunch of different places at once. Okay. Notability is the note-taking software that you can share on your screen and then write with the Apple Pencil on. And Canva is a cool tool for creating PDFs that you can then export to Notability and write on. Okay. Lumina camera, getlumina.com. Okay. Like gives you that nice effect. Elgato Stream Deck is a nice little, like, what do you want to call it? Thing that sits on your desk with like buttons on it that you can use to change scenes really quickly. You need an iPad, Apple Pencil, and then your lighting. And that's really about it. Okay. So, and this has taken my, like, again, I mean, this is not like as professional as it could be, but I mean, it's like levels and levels above what I was doing. Okay. So I hope you find that really helpful. If you got any questions, just type in the comments. Happy to help. This has been a learning journey for me. This video went a little bit longer than I thought, but like, oh, the other thing I wanted to say about ECAMM is ECAMM actually shows up as a camera, a virtual camera in Zoom. So when you launch Zoom, so I set up the scene, I do all this stuff, and then I launch Zoom and I want to do a Zoom meeting. In my video, I just pick ECAMM as the camera, and then whatever scene I've set up, that's what actually shows on Zoom. This is beautiful. So not only can you like make videos and stream them all over the place, but you can like have this nice setup and use it for like your Zoom meetings as well. Okay. So I hope you find that helpful. And again, I'm still figuring this stuff out. You know, it seems to be working well. I'm pretty happy with the tech setup I have right now. I was going to go to the store, get a different colored light back there, maybe a little bit more orangey, but yeah, whatever. So I hope you find that helpful. Again, if you have any questions, type in the chat and I will do my very, very best to answer them. That's it. All right. Take care. Hope you find it helpful.